Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to a Sunday vlog. This is going to be a few days in one vlog. Well, not too many. Today's Thursday. If I am on it and not too exhausted, I might have one up on the coming up Sunday. Today's Thursday. And the reason why I'm doubting if I can do that is because I have been wanting to clear out our garage since we moved here. Our movers screwed us and just pretty much threw everything in our garage with no rhyme or reason, nothing. So my kids are coming over on Saturday. We're spending the day, all of us, gutting the garage, putting everything in the driveway and putting it back in a way that makes sense. I am looking, as much as I'm not looking forward to the work of it all, I'm looking forward to getting this tackled because it has been just one of those things that I can barely handle. I can't get to anything out there. Even just as the holidays may be rolling around, and I love fall and my fall decorations, and as we slide into Thanksgiving and all of that, I can't get to any of my decor. I can't get to any of my seasonal decor. It is just buried in there somewhere. So just, that's an example of why this is driving me crazy. Or it's like, I really could use this. I know we have it. I know we have one, but I don't even know where to begin looking for it. So I will buy it if it's not something huge and extravagant, just because it is so bad in the garage. In my head, I have like a sort of plan in how I want to do it to where it sort of makes easier sense because this can be easily a very overwhelming task for us all. Anyway, and that is why I'm doubting I can get it out on the Sunday following this Thursday that I'm recording this, because we're going to be doing this all day Saturday, and then Sunday, I'm going to have to somehow edit everything Saturday night and have it uploaded and ready to go Sunday. We'll see. If it happens, it may happen if you're watching this, is a moot point, isn't it? Because you're already watching it. Well, you may have found it later if it came out the following Sunday after this recording, maybe at 3:00 or something like that, instead of I try to get them out in the morning. We'll see. You may have found that I skipped an entire Sunday again to get a vlog out. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. Okay, side note. Somebody just told me in the comments in what video? I don't remember the video, very, very current one. So it must have been last Sunday's vlog. They are discontinuing this. This is my favorite foundation so far. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation. Yeah, she said she just found out they're discontinuing it. I did purchase one, so I have one that I haven't opened yet. So I won't be using this on my channel anymore for makeup tutorials, only because I want to know that you guys can get your hands on these things. So I'm really disgusted. About that. I do feel like drugstore products tend to do that a lot more often than the higher end brands. Something else exciting is that I have in my possession, and I have yet to open up the box, I have yet to take a look at them, is I have 2 new Raquel Welch wigs for the fall 2022 launch for fall, and I am so excited to do the wig chats for those and to just look at them and take a look. So be on the lookout for those. I have 2 coming. Don't know if you've seen any of them yet. Depends, I guess, when this vlog actually hits my channel. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. So I'm looking on my desk, of which is a semi-mess, not too bad. It can get a lot worse. And here, sitting here, is my Anastasia foundation. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now today, I actually have quite a busy day ahead of me because to get things ready for the garage overhaul, I need to do my recycle and take a run to the dump for my usual bags that back up for my husband's dialysis stuff. So I want to say I have a good 6 bags, and my recycle is stacked up mile high as per usual. I do love this foundation. My only issue with it, honestly, is I have tried to hone in a better color for myself. This one isn't quite right. It's okay, but it's not quite right. And so I did go, and I even got help, and we ended up right back here at this one. So it just so happens they just don't have the best color for me in this line, apparently. I could mix, but I don't know, This is not an inexpensive foundation, so I'd like to hit on just one that'll work for me. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to who my husband might be talking to on the phone. We just had a bit of a little argument over the fact that I get a little nervous because somebody will call him on his phone, and I thought, oh good, he's not near his phone. It was sitting on the dining table and he was in the bathroom. Well, he did have his iPad with him, and he answered it on there. And then I heard talk, and I'm like, who is this? So I went in there, and it was like an insurance company, and I said, just hang up. And he's like, and they're like, oh, and you were going to suffer a total loss. And he said, yeah, I think you have the wrong number. And I said, just hang up. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and everything. So hung up. I said, if you don't recognize the number, just don't answer it. Well, many times doctors will call, and I don't recognize the number. And I said, they'll leave a voicemail. Anybody that is truly reaching out to you for something will leave a voicemail, because we all do that. We all generally do not answer the phone if we don't recognize the number. So we got in a little, I wouldn't say it was an argument. I was just trying to explain to him that I said, really, the only people that answer their phone if they don't recognize it are generally older people, and scammers know that, and they prey on that. So I just want you to know that scamming is huge, and probably just don't bother. Don't answer it if you don't. Anyway, he's like, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. So I think he might be talking to his mom. Okay, yes, it is a family member. I think it's his mom. Okay, so here we have True Match. This is a very, very light serum-like concealer. Coverage is better than you probably would think, but I really like how this makes my eye tissue feel. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. It's very, it's hydrating, and it makes the tissue there feel nice and soft and a little buoyant, and that's always nice, especially when you have crepey tissue and you don't want it to look dried out and worse. So I sort of settle for that kind of light. I like that feeling over I really want to cover my dark circles, and there's enough pigment in there where I feel like it is brightening, but I do notice that the end result, even if I'm in the regular daylight and I just sort of take a glance at myself in my car mirror, it's like, I'm not seeing that really nice coverage that gives me a pretty sort of end look, but that's okay. Today, I'm going to go to the dump. So I'm not looking for perfection here. I just want to look presentable. So I just got out of the shower, letting my hair dry naturally for a bit before I blow dry it. The other thing I do have to do today is I have to go to the pet store. My life, I swear. My cat is out of her food, and normally I would have it going because I order that through Amazon, but she's decided she doesn't like it. Her and Buddy must be talking. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do about her. And then Loki is disgusted because we ran out of food, and he's not that picky. And when he went through a phase where he started to get picky, I'm like, what is going on? You're my count on dude. But he's back to not caring. So I need to get him something. He doesn't like the dry food that my cat will eat and Buddy will resort to if he's hungry enough. Loki is like, no. So pet store is on the docket there. No idea where I'm going with that when it comes to what I'm going to get. Lila and Buddy's always a quandary. I'm used to that by now. I'm just glad Buddy doesn't have a super sensitive stomach, because we try new things all the time and he seems fine. Knock on wood. Yeah, thank goodness, because Loki was not like that. He's not like that. Like, I can't change things up too much with him or he has issues. All right. Again, I have this sitting in front of me, so I'm just going to do something with that. I should have wore like a black bra today. This white one just like, whoo, it's so bright. So yeah, let's just do something simple. I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup. Probably won't talk too much, but I'll whip through it because I do have a day ahead of me. And I think it might be, yeah, it's like in the 11 o'clock hour now. And I was hoping to get out the door in the 11 o'clock hour. And that's not happening. So my husband is talking to a little kid and I'm trying to figure out, somebody must be visiting his mom that has a cousin of his or something, because I don't know who this is. I don't know. It is family though. It is family. And yes, I'm a matchy person. I generally get my inspiration for my eye makeup through whatever clothes I'm wearing. There are certain colors that I just do a lot of taupey neutrals. So blush pink, any kind of, really light kind of cool end color maybe, I will tend to go for the taupes and the really pretty taupey browns rather than do a blushy pink kind of thing, on my eyes. Some of you are probably asking, why are you even putting makeup on, Jill? You're going to the dump, you're doing the recycling, you might go to the pet store. Big deal. Because this is relaxing. It's a relaxing way to start my day. It's like drinking your coffee in the morning and sitting and just, putting my makeup on is relaxing. And it just sort of grounds me. It gives me some space and just, it is, so it's more than just not wanting to go out in the world with makeup, As a matter of fact, was it yesterday? Yesterday, I put my hair in a ponytail. I did nothing to my face, and I went and got my blood drawn at the lab and, came back home because I knew it was going to be fast. And it's like, who cares? I'm having my mask on. I don't care. So that does happen on occasion. So no, for me, it's more of this is just relaxing. And also, I'm not going to lie, when I'm ready, I feel more ready to tackle that day. You know what I mean? I gotta do something here. Okay, so I'm gonna go blow dry my hair. I'm gonna figure out exactly what I'm gonna do with my hair. And then I'm going to assess the car situation in the driveway because I have to back up my SUV situation so I can load it up without too much fuss and walking from the garage to around the car. I don't like doing that. So I'm going to get going on that, and I'll bring you with me to the dump. And I'm also going to show you what our garage looks like so you can see what we got to deal with. So I'll see you soon. All right, so I didn't even check the gas. We are almost on empty. Going to the dump, and I'm going to come back, and hopefully I'll be able to fit all the recycle boxes in one load, plus a few foam pieces because they recycle that packing foam as well. So I'm just going to, I think I can get it all in one load. So today it will be one of the rare occasions, I think, that we could get away with just going twice. Sometimes I think the last time I had so much recycle and a ton of foam, I ended up having to go back and forth, I think 3 or 4 times. But I think today we can do just 2. So as mentioned, and by the way, I did end up just putting this topper on. I didn't feel like looking through my wigs, and sometimes I have to try on a few to figure out which one I'm comfortable with that day, and I just wanted to get out the door, so I keep my toppers in the bathroom, and I grabbed it. That's what we're doing today. I truly have lived in this topper all summer. It's not exciting. I know you guys are probably sick of seeing it, but in real life, this is what I've been wearing. All right, gonna do the recycle. Always feels so good when I do this and get it out of there. Gosh. All right, we are done with our dump, with the recycle. Hallelujah. Okay. Now we're heading to the pet store, and it is warming up. So I'm really glad I got that done when I did, because it is starting to get a little warm out there for this gal. Okay guys, I know I promised you before pictures of the garage, and I am really bummed that I never did that. When all my kids got there and we started in, it was just like the focus was just to get the thing going, and I completely forgot about taking before pictures, and I am bummed because when people say they have a messy garage, they feel they do. Our garage, it's not so much, well, I mean, it was a disaster, but it's not so much that it was like full of garbage or, you know, just messy in that way. It just was packed full. And as I've mentioned a bajillion times, the movers really got to the point at the end where they were throwing stuff in the garage. So we had like this movie rack, wooden rack that you'd put movies on. It was thrown up, and there was just, you couldn't walk around. We made a space, like a small walkway from the door that goes into the garage out the front, because I needed to be able to do the recycling and stuff like that. I needed to be able to pull in and pull out the garage, the mower and stuff like that. That was it. You could not walk anywhere else in that garage. So I am bummed that I didn't get those pictures. And I looked on my phone to see if I had, because I vaguely remember after they were done moving us, taking a picture for my kids to show them what I was left with. And, you know, Shane and I. And I can't find that on my phone anywhere. I'll look again. You'll have seen it if I found it, but I really did look. But the picture that you did see or are going to see is technically definitely the after, only I still have work that I have to do, but I can do it now by myself at my own pace. So there is a section that I need to go through boxes. I need to break down boxes, repack. I think I'm going to get some smaller plastic kind of heavy duty totes, because a lot of what I will be storing in the garage is going to be stuff that, you know, I won't probably be accessing anytime soon, like mementos, things that I'm not ready to just take to the dump, you know, things for my kids and stuff like that. But I do want to transfer it from a cardboard box into more of a tote situation. But anyway, yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go get some gas, and then I'm headed to the Goodwill. I have a car full of donation items for the Goodwill. Most of this was set in the corner in the garage, in a nice little corner that I knew, you know, I had set aside. But a lot of this also is, yesterday we kind of went through things, and so we have a lot more items. My kids were such an immense help. I cannot tell you, they far exceeded even my expectations, you know, as to kind of like what we all needed to do. And so I am so grateful about it. And our little Shane, he's our baby, but he's 25, just turned 25. Oh man, I tell you, that kid, he really sort of took over that role that my husband would have done. And stuff like, him and I had to go take some pretty major dump loads, stuff that you really got to know what you're doing. We rented a pickup truck from U-Haul, and so we had to go get a tarp. Thank goodness we still had rope, but he really knew what he was. It was amazing. He tied it all down safely, and we really had to be careful with the second load, and I couldn't be more proud of him. So yes, it was a really successful day, and it was a lot to do in one day. If I didn't have my kids, this would have been a 2-weekend project, and we would have had to have loaded and unloaded twice, meaning we took everything out of the garage, everything. And I should have taken a picture of what it looked like we have a very long driveway, and it trickled down almost the entire way. And so if they weren't there, Shane and I would have had to have put what we didn't get to back in. And so very, very, very thankful for my kids. So we are off to the west side. You would think I would be obliterated today. The only thing I am tired, but the only thing that really hurts me, believe it or not, my back is a given, right? So, you know, but, you know, kind of from being on my feet and all of that and doing that, is the soles of my feet, my heels, and on the bottom of my heels, those bones and all of that. I can barely walk on it unless I'm wearing shoes that have some good padding, then it doesn't hurt as bad. This has been going on now for a while. So last night I could barely walk on my feet because the bottoms of the heels hurt so bad. Do you guys ever experience that? It's kind of new to me. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah. And I was kind of sore all over. Last night I had a hard time. My muscles were just like, screaming a little bit, but I'm actually doing better this morning than I thought that I would be. I went to bed pretty late. It took me a long time to unwind. I had a very late cup of coffee. It was like 7 o'clock at night. But I really needed it. I really didn't have anything to eat all day yesterday, and I still haven't had anything to eat today. So I'm definitely going to eat something. I'm not hungry, but I definitely will. Sorry. Again, I have gum in my mouth. So I know the coffee had a lot to do with me not being able to get to sleep till after 2 a.m. probably, but that's okay. I knew I could sleep in. Oh, you know what Shane did? So he has, have you ever heard of one wheels? They look like sort of a short and wider, I don't know, I guess skateboard, but it isn't. But it has one big wheel right in the middle of it, and it is just self-charge. I mean, you have to charge it, so it is electric, and you know, maneuver it and it goes. Well, he has like a few one wheels. And anyway, as I mentioned, we did have to rent a pickup truck. Thank goodness, because man, I'm so glad we did, and that we went to the dump a couple times. But we had to have it back this morning by 10 a.m. He works Sunday morning, so we would have had to have gotten going pretty early, and we both were tired. Anyway, I had gone in my room to go to bed probably at about 11:30, and I heard him have his shoes on and walk down the hall at about 12, very close to midnight, probably a little after midnight. So he knew I was up, and he said, I'm just gonna go on a short drive. He does that sometimes, where he's like me actually, he really likes to drive. He has a stick, adorable little car, and sometimes he does just kind of go on a very quick, you know, drive at night. And so I said, well, okay, don't forget that we do have to get that truck back in the morning. He's like, I know. So it took me a while, as mentioned, about a little after 2, maybe 2:30 is when I actually fell asleep. So I heard him come home. It was only about 45 minutes later, which is usually what happens, you know, when he just wants to go for a little drive. So I didn't really think anything of it. So at around 2 o'clock in the morning, which is why I know it was in the 2 a.m. hour when I fell asleep, around 2 o'clock in the morning, I decided to take a look and see what the weather was going to be like today on my phone. And I got a text from Shane, and he said that he put the dolly we rented back into the truck, and he took the truck back, because we were told we can take it back anytime. There's a little drop box for the keys. And he said he took the truck back, and he one-wheeled on the way home. And he said, so, you know, we can sleep in. We don't have to worry about it. And I thought, oh my gosh. First of all, I'm always a little scared when he one-wheels, and that was kind of late, you know. But I thought that was very nice. And so, yeah, I didn't have to, because I did set my alarm, and I didn't have to do that, and he didn't have to worry about it either. So I don't know. I just thought that was really, really great that he ended up doing that. That little sneaky part, because I knew he was going to do that. He didn't say anything. But yeah, I mean, I could tell he was nervous for the tarp and the tying it down. And the first time he tried something, he knew it wasn't working. Anyway, he got it down, and of course I'm kind of helping, but letting him do his thing, because honestly, I know he's going to figure it out, and I had total confidence in him. And he's great at knots. I mean, he's a climber. The kid knows knots, and so I wasn't worried about that. And he knows rope. So I knew that he was going to be completely fine, but we got there. We didn't go on the freeway. We went the back way to the dump and got there and did the whole thing. And, you know, I told him, man, I am impressed. You really know your knots. And I know that he was relieved and proud of himself, you know, and I really am so proud of him. And the second dump run was even a little more scary. We didn't use a tarp for that one, but we had a couple very big long things. We had a 10-foot long ramp that he built for his dad last year when we lived at the other house. Well, it doesn't work for this house. Which actually, when we were at the dump, a gentleman that had a flatbed trailer that was next to us unloading his load asked if he could have it because he's actually helping his neighbor who's in a wheelchair kind of get his house situated. And we're like, yes, that's great. I love that, you know? And so it was nice because Shane got to see his work go to someone else, and yeah, it was lovely. But he had to really rely on just the rope and tying things down, making sure everything was safe, and he totally did a fantastic job. And okay, I am at the Goodwill. I'm going to show you that. Well, I don't want to show everybody's license plates. So I'm at the Goodwill. There's a line. There's always a line here for unloading stuff you're donating. So I am going to get back to you. I will have already inserted pictures kind of the garage, and what I'm going to do is once I get the stuff that needs to be purged and needs to go, and we have another dump load, but I can do it in this car. I might actually do that today. I will take another picture. It might not be in this video, but you'll see it in the next week's time that I have a Sunday vlog. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be the true after, actually. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I hope you have a lovely week ahead if you're watching this on Sunday. And I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye-bye.